Evening guys, we're fishing again. Today it's the 16th, a day after the Thames Championship. I thought I'd come out for a couple of hours in the evening. Well, in the evening, it's about 4 o'clock. It gets dark about 7 o'clock now, so I've only got about 3 hours. I've come to peg 90 today, down the bottom of Clanny. It fished absolutely rubbish yesterday. There was £1.1 come out of it. I don't know why. And that's no disrespect to the guy fishing it, because Pasmore, who was next door on F16, only had £1 something. It must have fished crap, that's all I can say. Looking around, there's loads of soil from where people have been using. I don't know the bloke who was on it. There's loads of piles of chopped worm. Looks like they were banging the old chopped worm in. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we can get out of it this evening. As I say, it's a different day with all the feeding. Things might have moved on to it. That's the thing when fish to match the day after. Sometimes it fishes really well. If it was a normal day in the river pushing through a bit more, we'd probably be putting a waggler across there on the far bank, because that's where them chub lie, and we're often do that. If you went down to peg, I think 93 won it down here yesterday. I think it finished third in the match maybe. Had £11 off 93. Baz Barnes on 95 had a default section win with £5 odd. 94, sorry, the end peg. So that's the rundown really, and well done to Trevor Badley, who had a right old draw. He drew the wall at Crownscott and the chub were there. They're always there. He's had £30. He's absolutely pissed the match by a mile. So he is a Thames champion. Well done, Trevor. I didn't fish it, as I thought I had things to do. Clanfield Clowns fished it. Fished absolutely shit. It didn't go right for them at all. They were bottom by a long way. So shit couple of matches for them recently. Never mind. Anyway, let's see what we can have. I'm not going to do nothing special today. I'm just going to flick out a bit of hemp. I have dropped a couple of loads in the bait dropper, just out about, I don't know, 7 metres maybe. Now this old peg, you've got to, someone's just pulled up behind me. No, they haven't. Are they stopping? No, they're going down to 94. Now this peg has got a lot of snags to the right, so you've got to not even bother flicking upstream a little bit, because you'll get snared by all the weed and crap up there. So just keep out in front of you. No point going over the far side. The chub ain't ready for it yet, so don't waste your time doing that. Also, looking at the amount of mud around here, I should think whoever's fished it's probably put a couple of kilo of worm looking for chopped worm fish. So probably put bloody 40 quid of choppy in. Looking at it, might be wrong. There's a couple of piles there and there. Must be so disheartening when you only catch a bloody £1 or something. But as I say, that is Clanfield all over for you. So we're going to see what we can catch for a few hours. So somebody's gone down to 94 to have a spin. They're always going to catch a few fish down there. It's not prolific at the minute, but we'll catch a few, I'm sure. I'm going to put a couple more bait droppers in and just feed a little bit of hemp over the top of it. I say, if it was a chubby day, I'll be going over there with a waggler over the far side. We like it over there, but they ain't really having it, so no bloody point at the minute. I say, Clanfield is a bitch for breaking people's spirits sometimes. I mean, a lot of the blokes are desperate to win that Thames Championship. It's a title they all want to win, and you know, I know the great Sheddy, he was down rag cut peg 16, which is a peg we fished, pleasure fished it quite a few times. He had £5 something or other, but he was way down in the section with that. I think he got about 5 points. to be honest, if you'd got £2 up at Clanfield, it would have got you mega points, I think, from looking at the weights. I did notice that Stuart Keeble didn't weigh for some reason. He was downright cut, so I'll have to speak to him. He did not weigh by it, which is very unusual on a team event, to be honest with you. It's a lovely day, by the way. Anyway, it's a Monday, if you didn't know, for the day after which is a Monday. It's a lovely day. It's a lovely evening. Going to get dark quick though. I haven't chucked too much gear in. Just my standard old acrylite whippy poley thing that I tend to use a lot, as you know. And just about, I think I'm about a foot off bottom, I think. There are 1 or 2 roach about, but it's going to take a little while to get this swim going. I've chucked a tiny bit of choppy down near the edge there, and but I'm not expecting it, to be honest with you. This has been chopped out, I expect, by the look of it. There we are in again, everything. So there's a few roach underneath there. I expect they wasn't about yesterday. Well, definitely wasn't about yesterday, because he would have picked them off. Let's see if we can get £3 or £4 out of it. At least give the blokes faith that there is some fish here. As I say, it is such an annoying place. Oh, steady, Johnny. That was a better fish, I'm telling you. That was a better fish. If you're watching this one, it might well be in the non-fishing season, after the fishing season, because I'm going to keep a few back of videos, so just to keep you interested during the closed season, non-season. Such word as non-season is there, but it's closed season. So I'm going to keep a few back and might chuck them out. Some of them might be a bit boring, but keep you in the spirit of fishing. The weather will change. No bleak around here at the minute. I can't see a single sausage of a bleak, so that's good. Although we do like to see 1 or 2, just to have a bit of action around to encourage the others to come along. Oh, Johnny, getting a bite every other run through, so there are a few fish about. Poor old Terry Winter, he drew peg 74 up here on the deep bend of nothing, and yeah, he literally had nothing. He did have a few fish, I think, but nothing really. So I'll say 74 is a peg that's never usually in much. I've fished it a few times, but I tend to look for perch if I'm going to be on that peg. I've told people before on this channel, I think there's 1 or 2 barbel lay about in that bloody corner. Right, come on, let's have a slab of £2. They're going under, see, sucking it. They're out there, there. Steady, Johnny, steady. I'm not going to put anything else on the bait dropper for a minute. I've put a couple of loads in. Don't want to be overfeeding it, because there would have been a lot of food gone in yesterday, definitely on these pegs. They would have been bloody balling it in with ground bait and all shit like that. They'd not do. Definitely ground bait, there's a lot of them who fish the old Thames Championship, big amount of it. I haven't thought it was necessary, to be honest, not at the moment. I don't think they want the ground bait at the minute, but hey-oh, what do I know? Right, one more run through, and then we'll give it a switch off until they start to come on a little bit. You might try a bit of hemp on the hook in a minute, just to see if that. And they always try a little bit of hemp. I bought some corn, but probably won't open the tin, to be honest with you. Not tonight. As I say, it's going to get dark. Oh, they are there. They are there. Don't need to do much more than that, really. I think they're there. This could be a hemp evening, to be honest with you. It's just I got that shitty little hemp out the big jars, what the cart boys buy. And I'm not sure it's as good as them little tins we buy usually. The hemp is not as good. They are sucking that maggot, but definitely down there, them roach. Definitely, just a bit finicky at the minute on the bites. just a little bit finicky. What I found, with that lovely roach that is, what I found is them old fish, they're holding back a bit down the peg, so I've got my full length Aqualite 8-metre whip out, and I've got my, so yeah, there we are. They're holding right back at the minute. Right, let's see if we can get one. So, say same old rig for me. You know one shot pattern. The one shot pattern kid I am. Anyway, let's get it down there. I do love these Aqualite Pro whips. I'm going to get myself a 10-metre one actually. I never really use them with a whip. I just use them with a light elastic pole really. But I seem to do a lot better on them than I do anything else. Anyway, we're going to hold it back. Just go in. Look at the chest mount so you can see where I am. Going to hold it back down there a little bit. A little bit further down the peg. See if they can get anything to go for you. Again, oh, they're right down a little bit. They're not out in front of you on this peg. They're down a little bit. Get the bloody camera right. Might have to get the old tripod out actually because my body's all over the place here. See if we can get somewhere right about there. So we're right down there. And then right in that deeper water. That's where they are at the moment. Got a moor hen hanging around in these bushes next to me. He's feeding on all the old choppy and all that. There's still some dead worms in this old soil and that's been left here. I can see him hanging about. Well, it's going to prove me wrong now, but I'm convinced that's where they are. You know, you've got to search around on a peg, haven't you, and find where they're hanging around at. I think they're down a little bit. It's a little bit deeper. Something's down there that's holding them. Anyway, there we are again. Oh, actually, that's a gudgeon. So we ain't far off bottom at that. I thought there was a little bit deeper than that, but gudgeon's a gudgeon. As I say, we're trying to catch a few pounds. If we get to £4 tonight, it'd be an excellent result for us. Because, as I say, it's hard anyway. I should bring you on.
We're going to try something a bit different today. It's a bit busy, but even Brother Jez can catch fish from here. I don't know whether you can see what's going on down there, but if I can get rid of these swans and other birds, I will find you some fish. They're not going to have it here. Let's see if we can get away from the birds. Won't make any difference. They'll follow you. Come on. This is Apex Leisure Park. It's a bit busy. If I can get down by the water, we'll feed some fish. Now, don't know whether this is going to work. We're going to try and get the carp over here. I'm hoping they'll come over here, yeah. Not yet. Just birds. There's plenty of carp in there, isn't there? I want to try and...
The diggers in there.
Yeah, I want to try and hand feed them. No. Huh. Yeah. Fuck off. Savage, aren't they? Yeah. We're going to try and feed them.
Not the swan.
Not the swan. Go on. Go on. Look at him. We'll see if I can feed him.
That's one smart.
Karen, hold this.
Yeah, I know, trying to keep the birds away.
Go on.
Do you have a piece of bread I can give to the swan?
There you go. You'll have to do that.
Yeah?
You'll have to do that. Just hold that on me. Because I'm looking at the concrete, you know.
Where am I supposed to
Tap that. You'll be able to see. Alright?
Yes, he ate it.
Come on, buddy. Karen, you got it? Karen.
Eat it.
Karen. Come on.
Yo, Seagull, you woke me up this morning, so I'm not happy with you.
It keeps going dark.
You'll just tap the screen. Got it? Ready? You're going to make me jump in a minute.
I'm putting the brake on now.
Come on then.
There's one.
Let me put this into the shade and you jump off.
Go over there. The bread's over there. Go on, fish. Move.
Oh no, they're gone, aren't they?
There's some over here.
No, go on. Go on. got it. Get out of it. Go on. Go on. Good. No.
Right, he'll bite in a minute.
Hey.
What happened? Who ordered the net? I think it's more than to this side.
Wait, you must be looking at the chicken.
Stop.
Just tap it. What have you been doing?
It's right. Still running.
I just found it.
Henry took it. Yeah, make sure you don't lose it.
Yeah, come get it. Come get it. Yeah, shoot.
No.
Yeah, another.
Good old common.
Look at it, token. I'm gonna give it to him. Distracting him to the fish. It's a break.
There you go. Oh, nicked it, look.
Oh, right.
Until the fish come and eat it.
Yeah, we want the fish, don't we? Full of fish.
No. Waste not, want not. Looking at this stuff down here, looks like ground bait was chucked away from yesterday's match. Nothing's come and at it. Smells very, I don't know what it smells of. A bit orangey maybe, I don't know if that's the right word. Anyway, we might as well use it, hadn't we? There's some dead worms down there in that pile, but we won't use them, we'll use this. We'll have a bit of ground bait, chuck a few maggots in there and might as well use it as it's there. Let's see what it bows up like. It's been there all day, probably needs a bit of but anyway, don't know what it is. Smells really, I don't know. Let's chuck a few gauze in there. Let's add a little bit of water to it actually. Last couple of runs through, I've shortened it right up for now. See if they're up in the water. I don't think there is. I don't think there's much happening here, to be honest with you. Still a nice evening. It's getting a little bit darker now. Just fishing up in the water a little bit, that is, so give it another one through. I must go because I've got things to do. I ain't really, I've got to pick a Chinese up, but it sounds good. No, in fact I have. In fact I've got a Tesco's delivery coming, so can't be too late. And then we just run it down there a couple more times, as you do. We'll have a little way of the fish. But actually, it's fished hard. It has fished hard. Well, I expected to catch a bit more than I've caught today. But there you are, I can understand why the chap only had a £1 one off of it on Sunday. Bearing in mind we're fishing it when there ain't nobody else pulling the fish from you and all that sort of stuff, and weather conditions are different. We come back to this peg when the chub are having a go. This is a good chub peg on its day. for the last thing, we'll just drop it in that hole, just round the corner there. Just if there's anything in that hole. Just the other side of these weeds. Oh, it's the time for me to pack up and bugger off. I know that. Yes. 7 minutes past 7, so still light. Won't be like this much longer. Time I get home, probably about 8 o'clock, I should think. Got to get stuff together, get up the track. If this ever becomes a video, I should be amazed. But you never know how bored I get some evenings. I can bang one together and just chuck it in the pile. Oh well, that's all I could manage myself out of peg 90. And that's pleasure fishing. That was 3 hours. So let's see what it weighs anyway. We ain't had nothing much. £2.5, that's all I can manage out of that. And I got me a few points on the Thames Championship, but not a lot anyway. There's a few decent roach there and a couple of days. Nothing of much quantity really, but it's nice to catch a few and just to see how hard that peg is really.